Welcome everybody to a Group B matchup. We're going to have Spidey, with a lot of numbers after his name, taking on SomePoorChoices. Looks like we're going to begin on Palace. Video comes to us by Kamikaze Mario. Kind enough to record this for them and send the video to me. Looks like both players start out with 3 aura. Spidey, one of the newcomers here to this tournament, new to Phantom Dust, taking on one of the veterans. In fact, often known now from his Battle Royale days as the vettiest vet to veteran, for which he is very proud. SomePoorChoices did alright in the last tag tournament, made quarterfinals with Kamikaze Mario as his partner. Both those players in this group, going to be excited to see them go at it later. As SomePoorChoices does more damage to himself with Hyper Kick than Hyper Kick can deal, striking the table. Continues to follow Spidey, finally hits one. Spidey erases the Will-O-The-Wisp, evening up the health pool, but taking away the attack. 2 yellows in hand. Not too sure what he's got there. If they were level amps, he'd have used them already. We see the Psycho Aura, could be bravery decisions. Maybe an amulet, as he's had faith. I guess it's a 3 school now. We just saw Fortress of Iron, so 3 school. A little complicated, but maybe he's got some complicated things he's trying to pull off with it. Hyper Kick continues to come out. Spidey has that Fortress, so Choices is trying to fake it out first. Dazzle used mostly just to harass PoorChoices at the moment. Finally got an attack to fight back. Is going to eat 1 Hyper Kick there. Spidey continues to dig here for us. Overwrites one of those yellows and now has a heat on. That aura regen is going to get real problematic in this 3 school though. Well, maybe not if he gets some of it back by getting Armor Roast, but that's still not where he wants to be at -1 damage. It's going to be tough to make this kind of comeback now. Down in health, needs to find a way to neutralize his own negative stats. Got to be digging for that Purifier, Return to Nature. I mean, he's got Faith in there too, so it could be an Armor Roast. Hopefully he has one of those built into his deck. It looked like he caught the Hyper Kick, but Choices didn't lose his attack, so unfortunately does not erase the Hyper Kick. Sometimes those melee erase shields not always catching everything on the stairs. Gets in a point of damage with the Psycho Knife, but it is erased by PoorChoices' own Angel's Wing afterwards. Spidey retreats back to base, likely to dig some more. Is unfazed by the backdraft bullet. Picks up another yellow. Healing Water this time. And does finally catch the Hyper Kick this time out of PoorChoices. Spidey's still looking pretty healthy. Still needs to get rid of his stats, but PoorChoices not with too great of a lead. See him moving in with Tiger Strength now and the Reincarnation. Spidey manages to jump that one just at the last second. Very nice play. PoorChoices looking to connect with the Reincarnation Backdraft combo. Unable to break his way through that Fortress, though. As long as Spidey is careful with his aura, which he was not. Unable to follow up with the Backdraft as he gets knocked down. Takes 6 total damage from that fall. His timing, once again, Spidey connected by the next Reincarnation. Timing on his shields against the Reincarnations haven't been on point for him. Ooh, he does get the Flash Hole, though. Erases PoorChoices' Reincarnation, which is very good for him. Another Healing Water puts him in not so precarious a position. Has some more attacks. We haven't really seen a lot of offense out of him yet. Oh, and 11 damage from the aura backflow. For the third time in a row, Spidey's defense has not been timed very well. And it looks like Highway and Panorama were banned, which will take us to City. And since this is a recording, we have the opportunity to skip ahead a little bit and get us back into the gameplay. See, 4-hour start for both players. Looks like they're both in the middle as well. Poor Choices, shoved out of his own spawn, is going to have to run all the way around and back. Looks like that was a dark hole out of Choices. Caught the rock shot, takes the lift. Spidey, unable to keep the pressure on him, has already lost the rock shot and wasn't able to break the shield. However, let me see how that went down. Did he break that sign when he landed? It looks like he jumps in the lift and breaks the sign whenever he lands. Yeah, Poor Choices broke the sign either by landing on it or landing next to it and takes 6 damage. Spidey does have... I thought Choices' arsenal was down further below. Spidey actually has the very advantageous box spawn for jumpers up ahead. Choices misses blocking that right there. And again, taking extra damage with his dark hole. Finally erases that, but he's now down 9 health to Spidey's 20. Spidey's lost 2 attacks. Sounds like a reincarnation from Choices. Is easily blocked by Spidey. Better defense timing coming from his Psycho Shell this time. Spidey's still looking to put down some offense and lay down some pressure on Choices. Loses the Ice Sword that he tried to use earlier. See, it was a 4 cost at that point. Spidey now kind of hovering, waiting to go back to base. Manages to Psycho Shell the reincarnation both times, keeping himself nice and healthy. See if Choices wants to go and play with another sign here. Take some extra damage. Looks like Throttle Fireball now out of Spidey. Choices misses with his Reflect Mirror. Looks like he dropped that Dark Hole, which he had lost a fair bit of health from, but was really gating Spidey's arsenal, so it's a kind of questionable move. As Choices continues to cartwheel back and forth to avoid this Throttle Fireball, he's almost got to worry more about the sign damage that could come out than the Throttle Fireball itself. Over cartwheels. Tiger Strength now for Spidey. He's going to make that Throttle Fireball that much more scary as he dodges the Muramasa. Very nice move by Spidey there. Throwing out the Throttle Fireball, but it's reflected back at him. Choices Reflect Mirror is another, but that one's missing the Tiger Strength. Slowly catching up in health to Spidey. Ooh, the Photon Burst. Spidey is forced to block it with the Psycho Shell, actually. Goes and he picks up another shield. Reincarnation comes out. Either hit the wall or was blocked. Either way works at the moment. Poor Choice is now trying to play with Venom Fang. It's blocked by Spidey. Oh, that one just barely blocked. And a Throttle Fireball trades back. Poor Choices fails to block that one. Spidey blocks another Photon Burst, this time losing the Iron Skin. Choices again missing. Down to 6 health. If this sign catches him, he's dead. Any sign at this point. There's a lot of trash flying around. Reincarnation thrown out. Not going to connect. Root of Tree. Just barely goes past Poor Choices' head there on that box. Spidey gets caught by one of the Venom Fangs. And he runs right through his capsules while poisoned, which is going to deal quite a bit of damage to him. Another Iron Skin now in hand. Needs to walk these photon bursts when they come up on him instead of blocking him. There we go. Doesn't lose a shield to that one. Choice is still trying to parkour across the boxes, not doing half bad that time. He's overshot it several times previous to this. Spidey trying to stay away from the Venom Fang. Both players getting fairly low now. Spidey throwing out that Tiger Strength Throttle Fireball again and freezes himself when it's reflected back. Gives Choices a minute to go back and try and pick up something maybe a little bit more reliable to take down Spidey. Takes a bit of damage there on the truck. Thankfully, he wasn't considered airborne at the moment, or he could have taken a lot of fall damage. And a 6 damage combo comes in with Willow Rian by Spidey. Poor Choices, still struggling to kind of close here. He had one good combo there just a minute ago. These games are dragging on pretty long. Now he's got the Tiger Strength and the Stimulate on. Spidey's Throttle Fireball could be pretty scary if he gets it going. He can now snap that Reflect Mirror, assuming he didn't drop. Oh, it was a Void, so he did drop his Tiger Strength, interestingly enough. Throws out some more Throttle Fireballs. Void protects him once more. Coming down to the wire here. Choice's shield is still very good against it. Oh, and Spidey only able to block one. We'll go down to the Willow Rian combo, and that'll take us to game 3 on Refinery. And we are able to skip forward. Looks like a pretty low aura start for both players. Choices, looks like he grabbed a level amp. Spidey now up to 3. Looks like an Absorb Energy, I believe that was. Flash Hole as well. Looking to catch that Slide Laser. Choices deciding not to fire any more of those lasers while those shields are in play. As soon as I say it, he fires one. So, what do I know? Both players recovering from the slow aura start. Choices a little bit more quickly than Spidey, but he's getting there. Digestion now. I think he kept the Flash Roll and now he has Digestion. Still not sure of the attacks. Going to be Key Faith, considering the shields we've seen. Choices with the Optic Nature. Fire Gehenna blocked easily by the Fortress of Iron of Choices. And again, bit of a poor decision on Spidey's part after seeing the shield the first time. Probably stopped trying to hit the Fire Gehenna on him, as he's now wasted 6 of his own health trying to get through a shield he can't break. Choices decided to go back to his spawn. I believe he's out of range for those lasers, that or he's manual aiming, it's hard to tell. And another Fire Gehenna comes out. Spidey all self-dealt damage at this point. Down to 12. Digestion does heal him somewhat. He doesn't manage to block the second blaster, unfortunately. So he's back down to 12, now down to 10. Choices at this point is winning the game just by blocking with Fortress of Iron, as Spidey gets that much closer to dying. Lingering Flame comes out, but it's only 1 damage at a time. Choices simply moving away from it, although he can't seem to stop getting hit by it now. How much damage will Choices take from this 1 damage Lingering Flame? At least 4. Runs over, uses the healing water. Spidey looking to go back through his deck there, maybe find another answer. Probably best to overwrite that Fire Gehenna at this point. Picks up a green. Flash holes the blaster. Another shield now picked up. Still haven't seen him use the green. Possibly a damage buff. Ice Sword connects. Spidey now down to 4 health and frozen. He's going to be on the run. Poor Choices thankfully slipped off down to the lower level there, which gives him a little bit of space from that Ice Sword. Yeah, the fortresses that one. Oh, but he's manual aimed in mid-jump. Very nice hit by Poor Choices. Down to 1 health now. The gentle caress of a small child at this point, enough to kill Spidey. Uses a Stimulate. Probably a good call given the situation and the health deficit. He just needs to be able to deal the damage. Can't afford to trade, so whenever he does hit, he needs it to count. Lingering Flame comes out. Poor Choices still with that Ice Sword, I believe. Oh, Photon Burst now. Photon Burst paired with that Slide Laser. As he tries not to get hit by Lingering Flames, takes another one. Spidey keeping the pressure on with the constant use of that 0-cost attack. Oh, he tries to dash away from it, but he is up against the wall. And Poor Choices will end this series with a 3-0 win over Spidey.